Okay, I've been talking about doing more active information on my YouTube page. So here we go. I've been putting it off, and I've been called today to give you guys a reading for each astrological sign in this blue supermoon energy. Pisces moon, super flowing. So why this moon? Why am I finally doing this? I don't know. Just listening to spirit, because here we go. I believe we're all in this flow right now of energy. You're feeling it. You're feeling a calling to something more, especially if you're attracted to this reading right now. So there's something tugging at you, and I could say the same thing for me. I've been avoiding really getting started in this platform, but here goes. Let's go. Let's see what's up. So I'm Tony, White Dragon Tarot. Let's see what the stars have to say. The way I operate is pretty down to earth. I think tarot is an intuitive tool that helps guide us into more and more of who we are. And that's what it's for, and that's what I want it to be for you. So if you want more of an in-depth reading for yourself, then just look on my bio. And underneath this video too, there will be a description. I also have a cat back here. And a link to my site where you can go book some readings. Okay. I'll put the timestamps for each different sign on here so that you can know. And I am one that likes to talk like I'm seeing you. So, oh my gosh. So my interaction will be like that. My cat is being a brat. So before I get into the signs, we're going to talk about the flow and what's coming through for this next, I want to say 6 months. Not till the next supermoon, that's a long ways off, but the next 6 months of work that you have for yourself. A lot of times we'll talk about moons from moon to moon or new moon to new moon and what they're about, and this full moon's about what you're letting go of, but there's a lot in this moon of what you're flowing into, okay? So part of Pisces is this real water energy and what we're working through, and there's a lot of emotion stirring for you right now probably. I want to say this is a real 5 of Cups moment. So I should have pulled the 5 of Cups here, but go ahead and look it up, or let's see if I can find a 5 of Cups for you. Okay, here's a 5 of Cups from the Tarot of Dragons. So it's getting the same essence as traditional tarot. Can you see how he's looking down at the cups that have spilled over and not looking up towards the cups that are full? I like to talk about the analogy of looking back, but it's the same thing. It's hanging your head. It's looking back. It's focusing on the shoulds. Why didn't I? How come? Definitely no level of following your bliss. It's all about looking backwards or looking down or not looking forwards. And how do you navigate towards all that you're dreaming about and all you want to get curious about and all that's juicy in your life and all the things you've put into the magical realm that you want to pull out into your life and manifest if all you're doing is looking at the past? And a lot of what's coming up lately is about self-sabotage, self-worth, not talking to yourself positively, okay? So from there, let's talk about what the general reading is right now for this supermoon, and stepping into the next 6-month energy is what this is for you. And not that I can't come on every month and talk about more guidance of what's pushing you forward, but this is a little theme that's coming up right now. First of all, has to be a lot of fealty, a lot of bowing to your own sovereignty, okay? There's a lot blooming, a lot coming forward. The butterflies are emerging. You're metamorphosing into what you're meant to be. But if we do not take a knee to our own thinking, it can't happen. Because what we like to do is think in the moment. And what we forget to do is go with our line to our divinity. The line to the divine is what I've been saying. So our thoughts that are manufactured just in here and don't have this connection to spirit, which then has this connection to the divine, swirl. They swirl and they swirl, and they tend to go into that 5 of Cups. It's like we tell our heart how to feel instead of saying, okay, no, you know what? I choose the thoughts that I think. So when ones come in that don't serve me, My heart will tell me because it doesn't feel right, and I will bow to the royalty of my divine line that says the thoughts that I must think are the ones that move me forward. Okay? Because what we're doing is we're dreaming and we want to dance in all those things that we want for ourselves, all those things that are juicy and delicious and that we've been dreaming of forever, that we either think we don't deserve or life has thrown things at us, we say. It just hasn't happened for us, okay? Or we're very, like me, ADHD brains, so you have this reason where you think you just can't focus in on your life, and it's just not the case, okay? And then the final key here is the Emperor. Can you see his protection over his city? You are creating what you want. And the Emperor says, and I will be it, I will do it, I will protect it with my life, and nothing will shake those boundaries. So can you see that the dreams of our life are really surrounded by this beautiful masculine and feminine energy? So we have to bow to the thinking. We have to get that line to the divine. So the self-care for this, for the overall general self-care, is power. Owning our power, that knowing that every storm brings a fresh new beginning. I love to use these cards because we need more self-care, more looking at what it is in our lives that stops us from moving forward, okay? And then the dragon energy that's overlooking this whole read, this whole shift, and then I'll pull it one for each month. These are the Diana Cooper dragons. It's the black dragon from Saturn, bringing us wisdom through some spiritual discipline, okay? Focusing on our ultimate vision. What is your ultimate vision? What is it you want to step into? What is it you came into this skin suit for? What's your drive? What's your focus? What are you dreaming of? I've caught myself several times in the last few months saying, I don't actually know exactly what it is I want. And if you don't know what you want, not that this can't morph and change as we navigate and change the script a little bit, you have to have a little bit of a focus of what your desire is in all areas of your life. Relationship, career, finances, health, fun. Can you feel that? Okay, that's our main focus. Now, I'm going to go through each sign and we will see what comes up for you. Okay, Aries, Aries moons, and Aries sun signs, obviously. Listen to your sun sign, but if you want to listen to your moon too, that I would actually advise your moon over your sun right now, which I know is a little different. My bestie in astrology is very much into reading our moon signs and how she's described it to me. I love it. And because we're talking about emotions and flow, I would really like you guys to look at your sun sign, okay? I mean your moon sign. So here we go again. I'm going to put Aries timestamp here because I want you guys to hear that focus on your moon sign. Go ahead and listen to your sun sign, but really go listen to your moon sign because this is about the flow of emotions in this Pisces supermoon, okay? All right, Aries. Here we go. Your self-care is love. Choose love. Let your love become a powerful force for change. Love is your focus right now. This isn't just romantic. It can be romantic, love of self, love of your dreaming, love of job, love of the way you make money, love of health. Just love. Love is your focus, and this is your navigator, okay? This is going to be a bit of a challenge for you, and that's your key right there. Just because it feels uncomfortable doesn't mean you navigate out of it, okay? Watch the discomfort. Is the discomfort just because, this is different? Love is my navigator right now. I'm focusing on what I love. You, Aries, are such a force for change, such a force for moving through with your heart, but love needs to be the focus. And first of all, how often can you tell yourself that you're magnificent? And own that. And that is love, okay? If you can navigate through that discomfort, because that's going to come, that some of that you're going to need to deal with. So it's like, I want to say I'm magnificent every time I look in the mirror for the next 90 days, which is what I'd suggest. Well, that's okay. It'll get more and more and more comfortable. Do that. I don't want to make decisions about career based on love. Well, do you want to move forward into what you love, into what you're dreaming? Remember, our main focus at the beginning is following our dreams, following our bliss, okay? Your next key is this Page of Wands. Your spirit is going to start stirring things up. New ideas are probably already forming. New ways of seeing spirit. Don't be surprised if you get a lot of ahas, if you start listening to new people, if you start reading new books, if you start journaling, if you start maybe channeling. There's just so much coming in for you right now that's going to be fresh and new and a little bit uncomfortable. But the key is that it stirs your soul flame, that you're like, oh yeah, I got this. I've got this, and I'm moving forward in this. And then number one for you guys. So this is your moving forward. The key and the kicker for this is joy. So you have all this beautiful joy-filled cups here. Childlike exuberance for what you're doing. Have some fun with it. Make sure you're accessing your joy. Make sure you're accessing your happy. Those two are different. So look at what your joy is. What is your deep-seated joy? And keep feeding that. And then what makes you happy? When's the last time, and if you're a follower of mine, you know I'll say this, when's the last time you blew some bubbles? When's the last time you skipped in the rain? When's the last time? Can you feel that? What makes you excited? And if you flow this into your life, I am telling you, things will shift for you, okay? Your dragon is the golden orange dragon, all you Aries moons and suns. This is going to expand your life, help you be a peaceful warrior, okay? Remember your magnificence is written right there. Golden orange dragon. Call on this energy if you need to. Surround yourself in golden orange light when you need to. This is key for you right now. You need this in order to understand why your heart is driving you forward. It's a real feminine feel. So for any men that are watching this, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not like you'll feel feminine, but it's very creative. And then this could be the discomfort you're really used to doing and going. You have to take a step back and get a little creative with how you want your heart to move forward. Yeah, if I could say anything, Aries, it's harness your magnificent potential for drive. You're so good at this. You're so good at moving forward and blazing a trail. So start blazing a trail for yourself and start asking yourself every day, am I having fun? Is this where my bliss is? And wow, am I magnificent? Can you see where that'll take you? Golden orange dragon. You got this. Oh, and I'm going to tell each sign this. If you want to book some time with me, go look at the link below. There's a summer sale going on for spending some time with me is not on the sale. So if you want one-on-one, then please book that time. But the sale is in the video reads, just so that you can get a reading in and just get a little more clarity if that's what you're looking for, okay? Hello, you Taurus moons and Taurus suns. I'm a Taurus sun. Your word is retreat. Retreat. Just look at that view. Just that taking some time, okay? Taking a mini retreat evening, listening to the voice of your soul is what you're being called to do. If you can do that, if you can take some time to listen to the voice of your soul, what happens, okay? So I would strongly suggest, a lot of you are exhausted, you're tired, and your minds are swirling. And then when that happens, you settle in and you get a little too sedate. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to honor your heart. And there's a little bit of that bull stubbornness, okay? If you can, though, take some time to retreat and listen to your soul. Journal if that works for you. Write it down. Record it with your voice. Do anything like that, okay? You're going to get a lot of new ideas coming forth. Can you see the dragon with his butterfly? So there's things that are going to start taking flight for you. There'll be new ideas. There'll be something a little bit unusual for you, some kind of idea that is stirring you up that you're not used to. The key for this is that you are absolutely heart-centered in this, that you are in love with the idea, this Two of Cups energy, that your masculine and feminine are both going, oh my gosh, I've got some creative ideas around that, and I know how I'm going to execute it. Can you feel that masculine, feminine love for that? And that the people that you love the most in your life, that you cherish and that lift you up, and that you know have your heart in their essence, that they only want the best for you, those people will cheer you on in these new ideas. That's how you'll also get confirmation, because sometimes you'll doubt yourself, okay? If you can do that, so do you have that? Retreat, 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 retreat. If I could come into your homes and say, I'd say take a mini retreat every day. And if you can't do that, like, you can take a 5-minute retreat, but treat it like one, okay? At least every week. And if you could actually get away, if that's in your budget or your time budget or your money budget, go do it. Go to the river, go to the park, go do something that allows you to retreat. New ideas are coming. Your heart is in alignment with it, and then guess what happens? Blessings abound. New abundance comes in, and this can be in money, but when we talk about abundance in the manifest form, this can be in the areas you're working on. This could be in relationship, this could be in love, this could be in health, this could be in finances, work, career. Can you feel that? Any of those areas, or all, you know what you're working on. Your dragon, to help you with this, that's coming up, is the fire and water dragon. This enables you to flow with a loving force, okay? There's a little bit of expecting the unexpected, because when you finally take time to retreat and you finally take time to get quiet, new things are going to come for you. And I'm going to get a message for you right now, that says, stick with the dis-ease, okay? This isn't disease. This is just some disease inside of you, and then you start to listen, and then it turns into comfort, and you understand that it's a new idea and a new way of doing things. When you quiet down, a lot of times it takes us a while to understand what's coming forth. The fire and water dragon will help you with that, okay? Clearing the path and allowing the flow. Think of that, fire and flow. So this is what's helping you with that. They will help you with the change, and they'll help you navigate through it rather quickly, okay? That's a big read. Retreat. You got this. If you need some more guidance, just book some time with me on Pensight. You'll see my bio down below here. Go book some time, and there's still a summer sale on the video reads, okay? Hello, Gemini moons and Gemini suns. Are you ready? Your self-care as you're stepping out is intent right now. This super blue moon is very flowy, the energy that we're flowing into and stepping into, and I like to call this a 6-month energy. Focus your energy right now. Intent is your word, okay? Can you see how she's standing and planning and working towards? She has intent, okay? There's amazing power in strong intention. So you want to really intend something in. You have a focus. You know where you're going. You are being the Sire of Wands, the King of Fire. You know that there's a soul flame inside of you that is ready to be ignited more than it is already. Key for you right now, okay? So powerful. Yeah. The King of Flames wants you to know that it's time for you to set some boundaries around letting too much out, that you need to come into focus and listen to the fire of your intent, okay? You have been wishy-washy, you've been going here and there, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with your sign, there's nothing wrong with who you are. But right now your focus is taking this intent and moving forward, because you're being called to more. And when the King of Fire shows up, I am telling you, this is not a new thing I'm telling you right now. You know what this is. There's been a flame that's been going like this and this and this, and it's ready to spark anew. And you know what you need to know more than anything? You have the strength to do this. You have the strength to tame this dragon and ride it into the sunset. You know that there's something for you. Some of you have been wanting to start businesses. Some of you have been even delving into new belief systems. Some of you are ready to let go of relationships and get your freedom. Some of you are ready to start dating again. That's a very strong one right now. But that fire in your belly hasn't allowed it, and you haven't set your intent. So can you feel that when conversations come up? I don't know that I'm ready, and I've been so hurt, and blah, 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 blah. The story comes out instead of the intent. What do you want? What's the fire in your gut telling you? And then have the strength to follow that. If you do that, then new blessings come. This is an egg in this one, like a dragon's egg. A new fire egg comes up that says, oh yeah, here's your blessing. Are you ready to move forward with it? Because you had placed it in the vortex. I'm an Abraham Hicks fan. You had placed it in the realm of your fire, into the realm of your soul flame. It's been hatching there, getting warm, incubating is a better word, and now it's ready to hatch. If you can do this. And if you need some help, you get this really beautiful dragon to help you these next bit. It's the crystal yellow dragon, which is opening you up to your higher learning. And your highest learning, I'm not opposed to you learning in classes or other people or connecting with what you need to connect with. But your highest learning is that line to the divine. Is the divine you that said, hey, let's go try out the skin suit this time and do this. So you have some remembering to do and walking the spiritual path that you came here to walk, which should be exciting, okay? See that beautiful crystal yellow dragon? Intent. Make it your intent, okay? You've got this. If you need a little more guidance, book some time with me. Link is in the bio, okay? Cancers. Okay, Cancer moons and Cancer suns. Are you ready? Time. We're talking about time. Schedule sacred dates with yourself. You deserve time for your life. You deserve to take the time to follow and honor your heart. This is the flowy moon. Cancer, you're so... Sometimes you have that shell around you, but you're so ready for more inside there. And you know it, and you know it. And you've worked hard, but it's just really been drudgery. There's been so much heaviness with the work that you've been doing. And your soul flame is sometimes feels like it's sputtering, or it just feels like it's like one more thing you have to tick off the list. And that's just not what it's about for you, okay? So in your time, you need to make time for some creativity. The Empress is showing up for you. Look how she's flourishing and with all the animals there. The Empress says it's time to get creative. It's time to get creative how we're moving into our flow, okay? So creativity is coming up for you. And this is really what I'm seeing for you guys. Before you even commit to what you're getting creative with, it's committing to the creativity. It's being the Empress, putting on the cloak. You can imagine you have this green cloak on, just flowing, and you're like, you know what? No more drudgery, just blossoming, creating, getting into this flow. I would do a meditation with the Empress. Take some time to just say, oh, where is my garden of creativity? What does it look like? Put on your favorite music. Ask the Empress to show up for you, and go ask her where your garden of creativity is. Get in that flow. Go for a walk in the forest too. That would be beautiful. And then the Hermit shows up and says, okay, now anchor yourself into that Empress grounding earth creativity, and start following your guiding light. Start seeing, is this how I want to get creative? Nope. Oh yeah, this is a flow for me. I can feel this. And this can be in any area of your life. This doesn't just have to be your spiritual walk. Can be how you make money. This can be how your loving relationships go, how your romantic relationships go. There's so much juiciness here for you, but you have to take that pack off your back. Good job. You've done well. But it's heavy and it's not fun. And it's time to get creative and then follow your guiding light without that burden, okay? The dragon to help you is the dusky pink dragon from Andromeda. Whew, say that 10 times fast. Dusky pink dragon from Andromeda. How beautiful is that? So this is preparing all of your chakras to step into a loving energy, which you can only shift into these cards we've talked about if you're in this level of love, okay? So you have to be willing to accept and receive, and then you'll radiate this higher love, right? And that is how your flame is used to teach and connect with other people. It's because you've gotten creative about following your own guiding light, not because I must do this and I've got to do this. That's just not the energy for you, Cancers, okay? time. You have to take the time to, and you have the time, okay? You got this. If you need a little more help, there's some stuff going on in my bio there. Go to my link and book some time. If you want a video read, there's a summer sale. Totally up to you. Or go off and do that meditation I suggested. Hello, Leo moons and Leo suns. Are you ready? What's the supermoon got in store for you? What are we looking at for you guys with self-care? What do you think is coming up for you the strongest? There's a lot of power in honoring your heart and the fire of who you are, okay? I'm not going to be surprised for you. Some of the signs of getting a little bit different messages, but you're getting action. Take action. The journey to find your lost self begins one step at a time. So your self-care is action, going up those steps, making the decision to follow through and do something. Okay, but let's see what the fire is about and what the action is all about. Let's see what the Dragon Tarot has for you in that. Well, those flew out very, very, very fast. Okay, first of all, some new ideas are going to come in. And when you're getting the action card, what do we need to do? A lot of times we get new ideas and we shelve them. We're like, I don't need that. Or where'd that come from? Or why? So you have to really connect into your divine, that line to the divine, and know that your new ideas are coming from here to your mind, okay? If you can do that, it will go a long way for action for you. What is key, which I've already mentioned, is this Hanged Man principle where you're going from your heart to your head. So you're not just getting an idea here, you're getting an idea here. It's lighting up your soul flame. So if an idea is coming in, it's like, maybe it's time I started dating again. Maybe it's time I started looking at my relationships. Maybe it's time I started that business I've always wanted to. What's your flame do when you say that? And as you ignite that, because that's already new ideas that are coming in, then the action plan comes forward, okay? Those are all divine inspired thinking. The key for you, though, is this Two of Swords, is really trusting your intuition, which this has all been saying, right? So when we think action and we think fire and we think Leo, we're like, yeah, I'm roaring it in and I'm doing it. But it's so guided and navigated from this soul thinking. The ideas can be divinely inspired. You can ask for that. You can imagine it in at night. In fact, that would be fantastic. That gives you a little time to get your lion energy revved, okay? So you go to bed at night and you imagine in that you're getting all these new ideas. And when you wake up in the morning, you navigate those from your heart to your head with that Hanged Man. You take some time to see if your heart is activating that and you trust your intuition in this. So what's an example of that? Let's just say you've got this new idea. Let's go with dating. Let's just say that some of you are like, it's time. My lion energy is saying, I can't just say I'm lonely or that all the sights are terrible. I have to take action if I'm going to find someone in my life. You have to. No idea why Leos are getting a romantic message today. This could be about any area in your life. This is just an example. And then you get some ideas. So you do that. You go to bed at night and you're like, yeah, you know what? I'm committed to acting on this. In my line to the divine, I'm imagining that it's working out perfectly and new thoughts will come to me in the morning. And then start journaling or go on a walk or see what happens. And you'd be surprised what ideas come up. A lot. There's been a lot. You've stuck a lot into your vortex. You've stuck a lot out into that beautiful realm of magic that you've wanted to manifest for yourself, okay? Your manifestation realm is brimming. So a lot of great ideas are going to come in. Not all of them are going to suit you in this moment. You're going to need to process them through your heart. Take some time to go from your heart to your head. Does it light your flame? Get a new perspective on it. Be like, I always thought this idea. Well, let's say that one of the ideas was a dating site. And you're like, I always thought dating sites were terrible. But you know what? My heart's saying, I remember a friend of mine had done this way. Or I remember seeing this ad for this one site that drew me in a little bit differently, and your heart then start listening to your flame, be like, yeah, I think I'm going to look into that. Or nope, there was this course I was going to take, and then maybe that's dragging me into this energy of, what do I want to do with that? So really start to listen in. And then, of course, this is trusting your intuition. So your intuition would say, you know what you need to do? You really need to open up your Facebook right now. And then you open it up and you're like, oh, there's that course I was talking about. Or there's that dating site I was talking about, and it popped up right now. You'd be surprised how many of those synchronicities are going to happen for you. Your dragon for working through this all, Leos, is the fire and water dragon. You got the same dragon, I believe, as Aries did. Or Taurus, I don't remember. But this is enabling you to flow with your loving force, because all of this is based in love, right? So you're changing, moving forward probably quite quickly, so expect the unexpected. And it'll feel quick for you because you are pushing yourself into this energy of really getting these new ideas. The Hanged Man looks slow, but for you, you can process quite quickly. So trust your gut, trust your intuition, and the fire and water dragon will help you do this, just because fire clears the space and then the water is the flow. Okay? Action. You know you've got this. You absolutely got this. You're magnificent. I know you have this. If you need a little help, go look down below the video and you'll see the link to my bio, that you can go get some readings if you want some help. I can do a video reading for you, or we could work together. So otherwise, go out. You are magnificent. Trust your intuition. Trust your gut. Trust your soul flame. Take some action. You got this. Hello, Virgo moons and Virgo suns. Welcome. Are you ready to see what your self-care word is? For you in this next bit is wait. Honor your resistance. Sometimes no action is the best action. So there's some area of your life that you've been wanting to push into that you need a little more wait time. Okay? Why? We're about to find out. Let's see what's coming up. First of all, you're getting the Tower. Can you see that fiery dragon in the Tower? You're being squeezed a little bit. There's something that's shifting, and the key that I'm getting for you guys is you're building your foundation in some area. So you'll know if this is your general life review, if this is something that's shifting big time, or if there's some area like relationship or health that is really needing some wait time. Things are shaking. Also, I'm getting, if you don't wait, some of you, the shaking will be more intense than it needs to be. The Tower moment will be more drastic. There's nothing wrong with that. You will still move through, but if you want it to flow a little easier, the weight will help. And then you know that things shake up, but you have more control over that. You decide how you're getting out of the Tower, where your foundation is, that kind of energy, okay? This Queen of Pentacles is showing up in that energy. Usually she's all about action, but can you see how she's looking over her nest? Things are about to birth into your life, okay? That's coming after, but you need this wait time. This is the pregnancy time right now. This is when things are shaking up. Even think of this type of Tower moment. So a Tower moment in this energy is just that everything changes when you get pregnant, right? Everything. You have to get your body ready and your home ready and your life ready and your finances ready. And if you don't take time for that, if you don't prep, let's just say you went through your pregnancy and you kind of ignored all of those pieces, and then a baby shows up and you're not ready for anything. The Tower moment is a lot heavier than if you're like, oh, I got time to get ready for this. I can do this. And so put those action steps into place. Waiting doesn't mean doing nothing, but it could be behind the scenes. Let's say this was about dating. This is coming up a lot today for some reason. Let's say this is about dating and starting a new relationship, and you were hoping as Virgos you'd get on here and I'd be like, it is time for a relationship. And it might be for some of you. This might not be around relationships, but if some of you are hearing it and are knowing, yeah, this is what I meant to hear. Why waiting again? So waiting doesn't just mean da 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 da, grab my mug and a book and then they'll show up. Waiting means maybe not yet on a dating site, or maybe not yet but on a date, but what could you do behind the scenes as you're getting ready to birth yourself into being ready for this? Start looking after your own health. Start really seeing what it is you want. What parts of you didn't navigate and swim properly in a past relationship? Properly is the wrong word, but what was it that got thwarted? What was it, the wounding that came up? Anything like that that you can look at will so much help you as you step out, because your final one is High Priestess, and she wants you to look to your knowledge and look to your darkness and your lightness, neither bad or good, just all essences of you. And if you don't come into knowing of you, if you can't read your own book, if you can't pull out your own tome of knowledge of who you are, the tower is going to be a lot shakier, because you're going to go in, if we're still using our relationship analogy, trying to read someone else's book without knowing your own first. Like, it's like reading the next level of the saga without having the first level down. Can you feel that? It's like taking chemistry 20 before you take chemistry 10. And these aren't great analogies, but I hope you get the feel of what that's all about. Okay, your dragon helper is Blue Dragon from the Pleiades. He's preparing you to accept source, and there's some healing coming in, okay? Accept a heart activation. Give and receive heart feelings. Your heart really needs some activation in this. So work with the Blue Dragon from the Pleiades. When we're waiting and we're navigating, and this doesn't have to be about relationship. I want to know you guys to know that. This could be about health. Maybe you thought you were ready to run a marathon and you're getting the weight. So what do you have to do in this wait period? Maybe you thought, can you feel that? All that energy, that's where you're at. Okay, you got this. If you need a little help, book some time with me. Otherwise, it's a little waiting. Hello, dear Libra moons. This is your turn. Your self-care in this beautiful, flowy Pisces energy is connection. Connect with someone special. And because this is energy for more, make that a priority in connections. Connecting with those that you love, those that lift you up. This looks very romantic, but it doesn't just have to be romantic. Taking the time to make those heart connections is key for you right now. This is tied right into your desire for your life. What is it you want to manifest? So start focusing on this. Where are you manifesting in your life, and what is it you want to bring forth? And you're going to start putting things into place. So when we bring this into connection, I want you to think of the tangible parts of your life, your relationships, your career, your finances, how you make money on the side, your health, your hobbies. All of that needs something to do with connection. I'm not saying you can go in and change everything. Well, you could, but connection is going to be key in that area. You have got to get out of a poverty mentality, not just in finances, but in this way of abundance. Even when I'm saying connection to some of you, you're like, well, that's not really my style, or blah, 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 blah. Can you hear the story? We're human. We're meant for connection in some capacity. It doesn't have to look the same for all of us, but there's something driving you there. So stop in this poverty right now. Like, take a stand against it. You are in a 10 of Pentacles energy, which is creating and gathering and putting things into place, and you're going to catch yourself. So how you're going to catch yourself is the way you speak, the way you are navigating. Just those kind of energies are going to come up for you, and you have the power to stop it. The key for you have so much Pentacles energy, so there's a lot of doing, is to keep yourself in balance, okay? And these are also in the tangible areas of your life. So you will tend to go into that poverty mentality if you're too tired, if you haven't worked through relationship issues, if you're putting all your energy into one area. So if you're in the doing, and you're not into connecting, if you're way too much into your work and not enough into your relationships, can you feel that? If you're looking after other things but not your health, you get out of flow. And then it's much easier for you to go back into that poverty mentality instead of that creating the life that you were born to live. Okay? Can you feel that? Connection. So the key in all of that for you will be connection. When you find yourself going into a poverty mentality, go on a date with the one you love. Go with your best friend. Go with your mother if you get along. Go with your best pal. Whoever it is. Connection is your key. And the lilac fire dragon is your dragon. transmuting through the power of divine love. So you are bringing, this dragon brings peace, hope, and joy into your heart. And so in all of this doing energy, you just need some peace and joy. And that's what connection will do for you too. But you can connect with this lilac fire dragon too. There's such a gentle energy there, opening you to love, enlightening of your heart, literally lightening of your heart too, and just allowing things to be a little lighter, okay? All right. It's super important for you. I am getting for you to have patience with yourself. That connection is key because it's a treasure, okay? So think of this as your treasure chest. So who's in your treasure chest? Not the people that have always been there for you when you're at your lowest. They could be those people. But I want you to navigate a little higher, a little deeper, and a little more into love and connection, because it'll be those people that as you rise, they want to be underneath and help you rise, or they want to rise with you, but they're so excited to see you rise. That's a whole different level of connection, okay? There's a lot of people that are quite happy to help us when we're low, but as we rise, their junk gets in the way. They're like, ugh. So that's not... I'm not saying you can't hang out with those people, but the ones that you want to connect with that are your treasure chest, that help you navigate from 10 of Pentacles, which is the juiciness and creating the life you want, out of poverty mentality and keep you in balance, are those people that lift you up. They will give you, some of them, a feeling like the lilac fire dragon. Some of the people in your treasure chest will help you bring peace, hope, and joy. And some of them will light a fire under your ass. Like, they will. They'll be like, okay, I love you too much to see you in this poverty mentality. Stop it. So they're all treasures. Even if you have one person in your treasure chest, that's enough to navigate you forward into this new trajectory that you know you're desiring in your soul. Okay? You got this. You can navigate this. You're magnificent. And if you need any level of help, please book some time with me. The link is down below. Otherwise, go out, do, be, connect. Hello, Scorpio moons and Scorpio suns. Let's see how Pisces energy and the super blue moon is flowing for you. You ready for your self-care? Dance. Step into the light, share your gifts and talents with the world. Are you ready for that? Is this a little flowy for you? Are you ready to dance in your joy, dance in your giftings? You've got this. You can. And your first card is the Fool. So you have to just be ready to go for it. There's certain things in your life, certain areas in your life that you are just going to have to be ready to step out into. You know that you can. And you've been wondering, is it time? So this is really your sign that it absolutely is time. There'll be a tug. So you might be a little bit more the type of person that would like... Sorry, you guys, my light went wonky on me. The person that holds back a bit and isn't like ready to just step off the edge into all that you want and desire, and isn't ready to share their voice, or doesn't think they're worthy of sharing their voice, or always navigates in their head a little bit too much. And this is different. I want you to think, if you've ever danced, if you've ever free danced, or you've ever done energetic dancing in your life, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if not, just look at a ballerina fully in their mode, or a dancer fully in their bliss, and you'll know what this means, because they are sharing their joy by doing their passion, right? There's no part of a dancer that says, okay, I gotta get these steps right so that my passion can make that person happy and then I'm worthy of doing this. Well, maybe there are some, but can you feel that energy? It's so powerful and essential, okay? Get creative with it, though. Empress is showing up for you. Someone else had Empress, too. The Empress is saying, okay, let's get so juicy with how we're going to dance our joy in. What are we going to do? How are we going to spread our light? What is that going to look like? So start getting creative. And a lot of you hold back. So I would say get creative in small ways. Have you always wanted to start this class? Have you always wanted to run a class? Have you always wanted to just start and join the local, I don't know, musical society or something? It doesn't have to be big. Maybe you are a real recluse and you don't go out a lot. Maybe you only go in your one area and you're ready to spread your energy into more. Maybe you're ready for more in relationship. And you know that's part of dancing your light in, but you haven't stepped out. And the key is just step out and do it. Get creative how you're going to do that, though. Maybe you've tried dating sites before, so now it's going to be a class. Or maybe you've never tried dating sites. Romance is coming up a lot right now. I'm curious about that. If it's not about romance for you, don't worry. That's just an example. And then when you do that, when you step out and you get creative, you have to be the emperor of your life. You have to guard the city of your soul, all the magnificent ideas you have, the things you want to dance in and dance out of and create into your life. The emperor would say, this is wise for us to do this. We know that we have to, and we put boundaries around it. So this is what happens to Scorpio, a moon energy and sun, okay, is that you're strong and you have some ideas, but then what'll happen is that worthiness piece comes in for some reason. That piece of, oh, is this the right thing to do? Is this how I want to do it? Blah, 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 blah. And then it doesn't happen. And then the emperor would just be like, stop. You've already done creativity and you've already stepped out. This is already out of our comfort zone. And if we don't commit to this, commit to dancing in, then it won't happen for us. So protect yourself, do the wise thing, and set some boundaries and say we're going for it, because we know this is the time. The dragon that's here to help you is the earth and air dragon. This is a perfect balance of heaven and earth and air, okay? So this helps you to stay balanced and ground your visions. This dragon will help bring into balance the empress and the emperor. That you got those two in essence together anyways. Like, we should speak to that. That's so powerful. So look at this earth and air dragon. So this earth and air dragon brings the marriage of those two, helps them come together, bridges the gap between them and says, oh my gosh, you've got this. Like, you can do this. So Scorpios, you need to dance. You need to dance and share your gifts and talents with the world. And even if the beginning of that is dancing through the aisles of the grocery store, I don't care. And it doesn't literally have to be dance, but you know what I mean. There's something that the world is desiring, because you are divine and the world is divine and they want your light. Okay? So if you need a little more help, I'm telling everyone you can book some time with me, preferably video reads, because they're on sale right now, and then I can send that to you. But if you want to book some live time with me, that's on there too. Link down below. But you got this. You're magnificent. Just dance. Hello, Sagittarius moons and suns. Are you ready for this Pisces flowy energy? Okay. Your self-care for this next while is nature. Take a walk in nature. Let the beauty of nature feed your soul. Listen to nature. Align your energy centers with the tree. Like, nature is key for you right now. Take that time. It's super important, because we're going to do a lot of heart energy for you in this next bit. And this is where you're flowing into and what's coming for you. So grounding in nature is key. I would even say start this. I'm getting for you like a real water energy, flowing water. Put your feet or your hands in flowing water and let some things go, because you are stepping into a rebirth stage. It's the Judgment card, but this for me means rebirth. You're stepping into a whole new realm. Part of the rebirth is self-forgiveness. It's navigating yourself into a new realm. If there's been a hardness in a certain area, you're now opening that up. There's just a rebirth, because the core for you is this Queen of Cups. You are going to start listening to your heart, okay? Your heart has things to say. And here's something I'm getting for you. I want you, as you're navigating in, even as if you're doing a little meditation in nature, if you want to get quiet, just listen to the rhythm of your heart. And if you can't hear that, or that's too quiet, create a rhythm on your heart, like just gently. connect to you. And I wouldn't, you can just do this, or you can do a little rhythm, but be a connection to yourself, okay? You have things that you want to do. You have things you want to open up to, and your cup is ready to overflow. You have to be open to rebirth. And so this is going to look different for you. It's going to feel a little unusual. There could be some trumpets blowing, calling you in. So people could be like, oh my gosh, this is so great for you. I can't believe you're about to start a new career. It's about time you started dating again. Or my gosh, you should have left them a long time ago. People will have opinions. And so I just want you to know that part of your rebirth is just owning who you are in your heart. And this is where nature is important for you, because so many voices come in and we get muddled, and there's no movement for muddle or no time for muddle as the Queen of Cups. She owns her heart. Whether you're a man or a woman, it's this real feminine strength of knowing what your heart's desiring. It's beating. You chose a skin suit this time around, so utilize every aspect of it, okay? Your heart has such magnificent things for you. And so as you're making decisions, this is how it's going to pierce your soul. The Three of Swords is also often about grief, but when I get it in a reading like this, it's about you make decisions at what pierces your soul. It's deeper than your heart even. It's like that soul heart. So the place you feel grief is the same place you feel joy or intense love. If you have someone in your life like children and I say you don't love them, I could never move that space. It's that space in your being that will navigate you into rebirth and honor your heart in knowing where you're flowing, okay? So you have to take some time to listen to your heart, journal, listen to a lot of music, listen to water, get into a flow, okay? The silver lunar dragon is your dragon, bathing you in this divine feminine light, okay? Helping you practice this peace and harmony and flow and listening to your heart. And so it's working so much with this chakra energy here. Silver lunar dragon, very powerful. There's some shifts going on for you. They're going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but your heart is your navigator, okay? And if you don't know me, what I like to tell you all is you're magnificent and you've got this. Things are going to pierce your heart. Get out in nature. It's super key for you. And if you have any more questions or you need any guidance, please book some time with me. Otherwise, you've got this. You're magnificent. Hello, Capricorn moons and suns. So how has this moon been for you? A little emotional lately, lots of flow. Have you felt called to connect with some friends lately? Make that connection. Or the other way around, if you've been feeling more introverted, then just know this is your protective mode coming in. And it's okay, you probably needed that to get juicy with yourself, but you're being pulled to more. So your self-care in this next season during this Pisces supermoon and then flowing into the future is friendship. When you're mirrored with love, you see yourself clearly. So friendships in the essence of friends that love and adore you and only want to see the goodness for you, only want to see you rising up. That's your self-care, but you also got a second one, which no one else has so far, you dear Capricorns, is tenderness. And just see that childlike. Cherish the child within. Speak gently to yourself. So that's going to be your navigating. Friends that love you are not going to speak harsh to you. They might have truth for you, but they won't be harsh. And don't be harsh with yourself. So as you watch yourself talk, if it's harsh, there's your, that's your navigating. That's your rudder. Time to readjust, because you are getting Queen of Wands energy. There's a creative fire in your spirit that's saying, we've got things we want to do. We've got things we want to step into. But be tender with yourself and go to your friends a lot. Really, that's juicy for you right now. And then the Queen of Wands will stir. I'm getting for you, it's not about doing. It's just about being and listening and seeing what lights that fire, okay? At the beginning. That's where you're starting. So just as you're navigating, start listening. Don't instantly go to the doing, because you like to go to the doing. And the doing is the second step for you, okay? So first of all, we listen to the fire in our belly. First, we're tender and we practice being tender with ourselves, and we go to those people that love us. Then we can start architecting a new area of our life, whatever you feel this is, if this is about relationships, health, whatever that is. But can you feel if you're not tender, if you don't get nourished by other people and you don't listen to the fire in your belly? Let's take an example. Let's pretend that this is about health. And you're like, oh, I've gained 30 pounds and I feel terrible about myself and I've got to get healthier and I'm going to go join a gym and I'm going to do HIIT and I am just running a marathon and I will be healthy. And then that doesn't work because unless that does light a fire in your belly, but I'm just taking that you didn't listen to anything. You weren't tender with yourself. You didn't go, oh, yeah, you know what I feel? I feel like I'd like to get into motion more. I'm going to call my friends and see how they are. Oh, you're just never good. You never look after yourself. Oh, that's not tender. Okay, let's look after ourselves. What lights us up? Where's that fire? I remember there's a dance class I wanted. I'm going to get moving. I really love salsa. And then you start being the architect of your life and you put things into place and you phone and you book yourself in a salsa class. You go get the clothes for it or the shoes for it and then you try it and you talk to your friends about it. This is how you architect that piece, right? And if you do it that way, the whole world will open up to you. And this can be in any area of your life, okay? You will get a whole new eye on your world. You'll be like this all-seeing eye, like, oh my gosh, this is a whole new way to navigate my life. Can you feel that? It's so juicy for you. I am telling you, this is key. And a lot of the key was the tarot for some people. Some signs it's been the dragon, I think, is a little bit more effective, or the self-care is what is for you guys. Friendship and tenderness are key. Then we navigate into this. And if you need some help with all this, there's a lot of change that's coming for you, okay? There's a shift that's coming in, and you want to call on Thor's red, black, and gold dragon of all things. This is a very powerful dragon because there's transition and transformation happening for you. And if it happens too quickly, you like to feel safe. This dragon will allow you to be safe within that shifting because your heart and your fire are moving you into different realms. And just be so tender with yourself, okay? I would love for you to look in the mirror every morning and say, hi, magnificent one, we got this. Could you do that? All right, you do. You are magnificent. You've got this. If you need a little more help, you need some guidance, book some time with me. Otherwise, go be tender with yourself and hang out with those that love you. Hello, Aquarius moons and suns. Are you ready? Your self-care is knowing that you have the time. You've got the time to do this. You deserve to schedule sacred dates with yourself, but you also have time to get things done. Things are turning in their own time. Things are shifting. You're good. You've got this. But take some time. Also, you're getting 2, which not many signs did, for silence. Silence is good self-care. Rest your mind. You've been thinking too much, okay? So take the time to get silent, and then also know there's enough time. That's coming up. And then your Hermit is your very first card. So you're needing some time to start listening to your own guiding light. Look how he's following his own guiding light. But he's very grounded and anchored, and that would be your silence. Like, look at this in nature. Take some time in nature, or at least to ground yourself somehow at home. Take some time that you can get quiet and listen to what your line to your divine is telling you, okay? Very, very key. Because you are getting ready to birth something in the tangible realm. The Queen of Pentacles is looking after her nest there. She's getting creative. She knows things are coming up. The Queen of Pentacles would ask you to get prepared as you're listening. So let's say that your Hermit energy says, okay, let's start listening in. Let's get silent. My spirit is really saying it's time to get healthy. And then the Queen of Pentacles is going to say, okay, so what things are we going to start putting into place? We don't believe that we're going to go from today to 40 pounds lighter tomorrow, or to getting our sugar numbers under control, or our blood pressure under control, or our sore feet. Can you feel that? We need some navigating in there, but the Queen of Pentacles knows we're birthing it. She has no doubt. If we're going from here to there, she believes us. So she's our tangible believer. So she will put things into that nest. She's like, okay, so what we're doing is we're getting our numbers down. Well, we're going to find some good recipes that we love. We're going to find some exercise that we love to do. We're going to find some accountability things that will work for us, not because someone said so. And those are the things she'll do. She will, though, be driven forward because you're listening to your own guiding light and you're going to do those things. Well, don't be surprised if new ideas quickly come into view if you honor this energy, okay? If you listen to the time, take the time for silence and your guiding light, and you're prepared to put things into action, new ideas will come in very quickly and you'll be shocked. So watch this in areas of your life. You could be, let's say it was relationship. You're like, I'm going to take time in silence. Is this a relationship I need to be in anymore? Follow your own guiding light, and you're starting to get this tug, and you're seeing yourself free, and you're seeing yourself feeling magnificent, and you're putting things into action that instantly make you feel more you, more essentially you, more like you have time to be yourself. And then suddenly the thoughts come. They'll be different. Some of you will be like, oh my gosh, what am I even doing in this relationship? Doesn't work. We don't even fit. And it'll be such ease, right? And that's how you'll navigate out, because the thinking will just whirlwind you out, because you'll be connected to your inner being and your inner doing, okay? Or it could be the other way. It could be like, oh, it had nothing to do with my relationship. Once I started listening to my spirit and I put things in line and I started looking after who I am and I start birthing that, my thinking saying, we're good. We've got this. This is an area we can go work on now. So can you feel how that can shift? It doesn't have to be about relationships. That's just an example. So you're getting the fire and water dragon, which is, I think, 3 times come up. So this is enabling your life to flow with loving force. Okay, prepare for change. Things will move quickly, especially when you get to the end of this practice and you're starting to get these ideas. Have fun with it is really what this dragon's going to say. So the fire is going to clear it, and the water allows the flow to come in. And if you need any help, you could meditate with this dragon. This is a Diana Cooper deck. You could look into this dragon, fire and water dragon, okay? Very, very, very powerful. If you need some more help, please book some time with me. Video reads are on sale. It's a great way for you to get a full read and navigate where you're at. It's like getting a roadmap. If you're in for that, then please book some time. Otherwise, remember your magnificence and know that you've got this. Hello, Pisces moons and suns. So your self-care in your super blue moon Pisces energy is an interesting one. It's goals. Set a goal, write it down, release the outcome. Small steps make a difference. Goals are great. I like the words your dreams, your visions, your imaginings of what you want for yourself. But set them, right? Set sail to them. Small steps do make a difference, okay? Write it down, release it. Don't worry so much about the outcome, but you need to have a little bit of doing structure there for this, okay? You're going to be tapping into the stars, though. I feel like you already know how to do this. If you don't, then this is just taking some time, really taking some time to figure out what your line to the divine is saying. This divine piece of you chose to break off a piece of you and come here in this skin suit and live this magnificent life. And it wants nothing but starlight for your life. However, you haven't always connected. So make sure one of your goals is the connection, because without a little bit of guidance, you're just going to go willy-nilly into the world without knowing what your deep, deep, deep self wants, okay? You have to also bow to your thinking. You can take yourself out with your brain in about 3 seconds. Boom, done. Okay, then you flow off somewhere else. And I'm not just talking wishy-washy. I'm talking about not honoring the magnificent you, because your deep thinking that starts from your heart and comes to your head, that a Queen of Swords would do, is creative, and it flows, and it makes you feel abundant. And that's how you'll navigate it, because the Queen of Swords bows to her deep thinking. She doesn't let that stuff come in that is nonsense in more in the magnificent realm, where it says you're small, you don't have this, you're really scattered, you'll never get it. She just has no time for that. Whether you're man or woman, this is the strong Queen of Swords, and she says, nope. Star divine line has told me that this is the way I'm going. And I am imagining this into my life. I am setting it down. I'm coming up with new ideas because they're being birthed from my soul. And we will do this, and I will honor it, and I will get creative, and new ideas will come forth that will magnify how this can happen. Can you feel that? And then once you settle in that, you hold your ground, because you have a tendency to not hold. You've done these steps before. I feel it in you. And then you're like, oh, it's not fun. Or someone said something, or your worthiness comes up, or your rejection pieces show up. This is not for you. You hold your ground. Your spirit knows better. Hold. Your light is the strongest light of guidance for you, and you've got this. Okay? The helper for you in all of this is the deep blue dragon. This keeps you safe while clearing your pathway, because some of your path is going to get cleared. Some star is showing you a new path. Queen of Swords is bowing to these new ideas, and then you're holding in them. So trust that you are protected and that your path is being cleared. You can call on these deep blue dragons to do that at any time. These are great dragons, period, and it's a reminder. You can use them before you drive somewhere or do anything, but just call on this deep blue dragon energy to clear that path, protect it, and keep those boundaries in place for you, because you're stepping in to these goals, these imaginings, these dreamings, these knowings, these lines from the divine that you're getting, that you're going to bow to, because you yourself have called them forth, and hold your ground. All right. Whew, that was quick. If you need any more guidance, please book some time with me, but you know that you're magnificent and you've absolutely got this, okay? Honor yourself on this as we're stepping out of this moon energy. That this is coming in the day after, I know, but that's okay. I feel like this energy needed some time to settle. And this is big energy. This is not all happening this week, but you've got this, okay?